Zimbabwe pensioners face delay in payments amid currency row. Ethiopia approves law to open telecoms to foreign investors. Plus, Zambian president threatens to fine miners who break law. Hello and welcome to Business Incorporated. I'm Chimezi Obi Iwagu. Let's get the show started now. We're starting off with the markets. The Nigerian all-share index seems to be on the path of recovery with a 0.07% rise at intraday today. It's the opposite in South Africa, where the index has lost 0.30% so far at about midday Nigerian time. And the market in Egypt is closed for the week, but the blue chip index edged up 0.16% on Thursday. Kenya traded around the flat line on Thursday. And markets in the Middle East are closed today for the weekend, but on Thursday, the Saudi Arabian stock market snapped a 5-day winning streak as attacks on tankers in the Gulf of Oman dampened investor sentiment in the region. The Tadawul index fell 1.6%, with 10 stocks declining for every one gaining. In Dubai, the index was down 1.2%, with 22 of its stocks declining and one rising. Emma Properties closed 1.5% lower, while Dubai Islamic Bank lost 1.4%. In Qatar, a 2.4% drop in lender Masaraf Al Rayan and a 1.9% fall in Qatar Fuel pushed the index 1% lower. The Abu Dhabi index slipped 0.54%, with Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank dropping 2.4%. and Alder Properties retreating 3.7%. And European stocks traded lower on Friday morning as tensions heightened between the U.S. and Iran following attacks on 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman on Thursday. Orich will unpack all of that and more from the floor of the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Hello, Orich. Good afternoon. Hi. It's a wet day today, but I can say, thank God, it's Friday. Anyway, Orich, yeah, world markets are busy processing the attack on 2 tankers in the Gulf of Oman. On Wall Street, oil companies contributed to higher overall levels. What is the mood in Europe as the week ends? What role is the attack in the Gulf of Oman playing today? And what other factors are contributing to market sentiments today?
Well, certainly the tanker attacks are something for the people here to digest and to work out what is behind that, waiting for facts, wondering whether there will be a reason to start a war over there between the United States and Iran and what that means. But so far, it's not having that great an impact on share prices or on bond prices, gold prices. Yes, they are moving a bit, but the main negative sentiment for the market to go down today is coming from China. Unfavorable industrial data there, unexpectedly slow industrial output there, the lowest it's been in 17 years over there in China. And that made people think. That, of course, makes clear how important the trade conflict is, that it gets resolved positively, but that's up in the air. As well. And it's not, of course, the only issue that is moving the market. There's also the Brexit, where nothing is moving forward. And last not least, those protests in Hong Kong. So there are plenty of reasons for the markets not to look so cheerily into the weekend.
Shares are sliding, especially semiconductor firms. Does that have to do with U.S. chip maker Broadcom?
Yes, it emanates from that. Broadcom, very important player in the market, issuing also a gloomy outlook, saying that it believes that demand will slow and pointing to trade tensions with the United States, but also with the U.S. ban on Huawei products, also saying that's affecting the markets. When you look at European shares, semiconductor in the business or supplying the semiconductor business, they're all going down. Infineon in the DAX here, one of the big 30 in Germany, that's sliding by 6%. Siltronic and Dialog Semiconductor going down by 4%, and supplier Eichstron also going down by 6%. Semiconductor just joining the ranks of industries affected by the trade conflict. Over 600 companies in the United States wrote a letter to the U.S. president to urge him to not raise tariffs, saying that 2 million jobs would be threatened by that, and that prices would go up. It would hurt businesses and consumers. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, among those firms that wrote to the U.S. president.
And on corporate news, VW has released details on the IPO of its truck and bus division, Traton. It will be a big IPO this year in the European market, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. And it'll happen right here, not where I'm standing, but below. 2 weeks from now, exactly, it will be scheduled to be taking place in Frankfurt. And because the company has a strong Swedish component, Scania, the truck maker, the second exchange will be in Stockholm, that on the same day shares will be listed. Now, Volkswagen, the owner of Traton, is not taking the whole division public. It's holding on to about 90% of its shares. So between 10 and 15%, one doesn't know exactly, of the shares will be floated. And it's expected that Volkswagen will take in about 1.9 billion euros on the sale. And it's a little bit unclear. I'm hearing different things, whether Volkswagen is getting the money or sticking it into Traton for future development. It would make sense to stick it into Traton to make the profits more attractive there and to make the share more attractive for the investors. Volkswagen, of course, one of the main reasons for selling Traton, it's decided that it doesn't really fit into the business. It never has. It makes trucks and buses. Volkswagen mostly makes cars. There's a motorcycle manufacturer in there as well, Ducati. But people in the market thinking that the IPO makes sense. But the reaction today, well, I wouldn't attribute it to the Traton news. Volkswagen is losing a little bit more than average in the market. Remember, it's one of the companies that would be most affected by a negative outcome in the trade conflict.
All right, Orit, thank you. It's been a wonderful time with you this week. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.